I don't know. I don't think a lot of people know exactly what the protocols are for hotels that are serving as quarantine facilities. Do we know what they are? Are they clear to the hotel owners? Are they clear to the hotel management na ito talaga yung mga patakaran, ito yung bawal, ito hindi, ito yung kailangang restrictions, ito yung kailangang gawin, and so on down the line. Is it clear, and what are they?
Siguro, Ed, maybe I can give you a brief background first of the Philippine Hotel Owners Association. We were set up, we were created in 1977. We're basically a non-stock, non-profit organization. And we have 224 member hotels all over the country with another 84 in the pipeline, so for a total of 308. In NCR, in Metro Manila, we have 105 members. Now, I just want you to put this in perspective. When you look at the number of hotels accredited by the Department of Tourism in NCR, there are about 600 plus. No? So we represent a fraction of the total number of hotels. Now, the hotels that are being used for quarantines are basically classified into three. You have one that is for isolation, meaning those who have tested positive. You have another category for quarantine, meaning those who are waiting for their test results. And then you have another one, which we call mixed use, which allows quarantine and staycation guests. So those are basically the three categories of hotels that are operating for quarantine. And you have, of course, certain protocols for the different types of operations.
Sir, I suppose Berjaya falls into the third category kasi meron silang mga non-quarantine guests, I think eh.
That is correct. Berjaya is operating as a multiple-use hotel, meaning it accepts quarantine and leisure guests.
So kung naka-quarantine if a guest is booked as a quarantine person, ano yung responsibilities ng hotel? Are they to keep that person inside? Meron bang ganung clause na for accreditation with the Department of Tourism?
Well, first of all, the hotels have to be accredited and inspected by both the BOQ and the DOT. Now, there is a department order, administrative order rather, that was issued by the DOT in June of last year, which prescribes the guidelines for the operations of hotels operating under a community quarantine. And in a particular section of that administrative order, it's very clear that the hotels and other accommodation establishments operating as quarantine facilities should submit regular reports to the DOT, particularly on the number of workers in the facility, the employees who are allowed to stay in that facility, the name of the companies, and other reportorial requirements of the DOT regional office concerned. So there are certain requirements. So the basic question is, do we have the police powers to stop, for example, guests from stepping out of the hotel and skipping the quarantine? As the President mentioned, the hotels do not have any police powers. So our main responsibility is to make sure that we report it to the relevant authorities.
Yung reporting na yung kailangan immediately kasi yun ang sinasabi nila na bakit hindi kagad ni-report? Tama ba yun? Is there a reasonable time period for reporting? Halimbawa kapareho siya, in a few hours, dapat report na ba yun?
That is correct. The sooner that the report is submitted, the better. Kasi ang mangyayari niyan, titingnan natin kung dumating ba dun sa hotel. Remember, all of these incoming passengers arrive in the Philippines through different flights. So alam na natin yung flight details niya. So kung alam natin ang nag-landing sa NAIA ng alas 12 ng tanghali, alam natin that within the next 2 hours or 2.5 hours dapat nasa hotel na yun. So pag nag-no-show, then that's the time that we immediately submit the report.
Sir, just to clarify, are you saying dito sa agreement between the hotels and the DOT, if I got that correctly, in this MOA of sorts, walang responsibility at all yung hotel to ensure that the guest or the quarantined person does not leave the premises or the room? Walang ganung requirement at all or responsibility ang hotel?
Well, kasama sa responsibilidad yun. Ang sinasabi ko lang is that it is not explicitly stated dun sa administrative order. And maybe this is something that we can discuss further with the relevant authorities. Ang pakay naman natin dito is to comply with the quarantine protocol so that we're able to bring down the number of cases of COVID, not only in NCR but around the country.
Siyempre, you can't naman lock the hotel guests in. That's against the fire code, di ba? So, the other option na lang would be to ensure that they don't leave their rooms and they don't leave their floors. And that would mean manpower.
That's correct. No? Kaya mahalaga rin yung coordination with the relevant authorities, particularly the BOQ at saka yung Philippine Coast Guard. Now, yung mga hotels, at least I can speak for the member hotels of OWA, chinek namin kanina, so may mga naka-deploy dyan ng mga representatives of the different government offices. Iba-ibang mga combinations, PCG and OWA, PCG and BOQ and OWA. So siguro ito kailangan natin na higpitan pa yung coordination with the authorities.
Yung booking agreement ng guest, meron ba siyang commitment for accountability kung sakaling mag-break siya ng quarantine? Meron ba siyang accountability to the hotel? Nakalagay ba yun doon sa agreement?
Well, yung booking na yan basically will only include yung check-in, check-out details yan, and of course the amount. No? From what I heard, we will have to reconfirm this. May mga ibang hotels na nag-introduce ng mga fines pag lumabas ng kwarto, nakita sa public areas. So siguro yun isa yun sa mga mechanism na kailangan natin pag-aralan.
Well, yung compromise nga ni President Duterte dahil wala ngang enforcement power yung hotel, nag-deploy siya ng about 600 police officers sa mga hotels. Ano yung opinion ninyo? This is okay with you?
Well, nag-umpisa na yung deployment, at chinek namin doon sa mga members namin, yung mga ibang member hotels namin, binisita na ng police, yung iba nasa may bandang entrance, yung iba perimeter, yung iba pumasok naman. In general, ang position naman natin dito is ang police presence in general is welcome because it can be a deterrent. At saka ang commitment namin sa Philippine Hotel Owners Association is to provide 100% cooperation to all government officials or representatives coming from BOQ, PNP, at saka sa PCG.